So a few months ago, I made a video on how to roam properly because a lot of people I noticed just do it incorrectly. They try to go for early frags instead of wasting time. So in this video, I want to break down on how to actually play support on attacking and defense, and I want to talk about what people actually get wrong when they think about a support player. First, let's talk about what a support player actually is and what that means. So, a support player is one who focuses more on using their utility properly than gunplay. So, when talking about attackers, let's start with attackers. You mostly think about operators like Thatcher Thermite, like those are literally the main ones. So, the main objective for somebody when they're running those two ops, when you're in the lower ranks, what I tend to notice is it's very easy to get the wall. Most people don't know how to ban a trick, or they just don't attempt to because they don't understand the sound, I guess. So it's very easy, but when you start to progress more deeper into higher gold and even like very low plat, people start playing a little bit more coordinated, at least on PC. Xbox is more of like a shit show. You have people just running around like crackheads, but whatever. Let's just say you're facing a coordinated team. What a lot of people get wrong is when they're Thatcher Thermite, they expect their fraggers or their flex, whatever, to go play vertical, go do something, go swing, and Thermite is usually just beating his meat outside the wall. But that is not what you're supposed to do. Like, what I notice a lot of players actually struggle on is getting back to the roots of Siege. They're thinking of this game as more run and gun with, I guess, some type of utility or ability. And they're less team play. At least that's what I notice in my Plat 2 PC rank right now. Even when I was champ on Xbox, it's like people didn't understand the basic knowledge of this game. So when I'm on attack, even when you're on attack, you need to be playing more for your team, and you need to think about how can I help and support my teammates. For example, when you're Thermite and you're just sitting out there beating your meat because Buck has to go above or whatever, you should be droning him in so you spend less time outside beating your meat and waiting. Because what that does is it gives Buck exact callouts and live pings for that person so they don't have to drone themselves in and then probably get fragged out because, a Vigil ran around a corner when he got off his drone. It's simple shit like that really makes a support player great, especially on attack. If you're droning in your fraggers and they're getting the frags, you don't need kills. Like, at the end of the day, that's not what matters. That's not what you're playing for. You're not playing for kills. You're playing for the win. Even if you're a fragger, even though you're supposed to be entry, of course, whatever, you're playing for the win, not the kills. Now, when on defense, you're more. This is a little more rocky because you have different types of support players. You have like the support players like Mute and Castle, where you're putting all the utility down at the start of the round, and then you have operators like Smoke, Echo, Maestro, where you're preserving your life and you're preserving your utility, so you can actually further use it in the later rounds. Because if you play a good Smoke player and Smoke is still alive in the last like 20 seconds, it's going to be very hard to get in sight and try to plant. Because those toxic babes, their utility are so effective per tick, and even like it lasts like 10 seconds. So it's a great gadget. It's just what I notice what people do is they get too bored. They're just sick of sitting and holding the same angle and just relaxing and chilling in sight and waiting for the final moments. But when you're in a support player, after you're done making rotations, getting hatches, whatever. And by the way, Jaeger should never be getting hatches. I don't know where this false perception, just because he's fast as fuck, he should be getting the hatches. He has 3 ADSs to put down, barbed wire, and then 2 reinforcements. Those ADS time is crazy how long it takes for that man to get his shit down. So if you're like an Echo or like a Smoke and like you're not having to get rotations because you have a mirror or something, go get the fucking hatch, especially if you're like a Mozzie. But sorry, that's my little TED talk of this video, because this is not scripted, so I'm just basing off thought. But no, when you're a support player in sight, what you should be doing at the start of the round, you need to analyze what all your other teammates are doing, what they're positioning, what they're watching. You shouldn't be stacking up on them, and you should be trying to support the roamers. For example, getting on generic cams, giving them callouts, or just holding like a passive angle. Because you shouldn't be getting very aggressive with Echo. You shouldn't be spawn peeking with Echo or Maestro or like any of those operators where you need to preserve your life. The whole point of playing a support operator is support. You're playing for your utility first and then frags. Frags do not mean shit. Because if you're Echo and you die the first 5 seconds around because you want to do a stupid spawn peek because you're kill hungry and you're 0-7 and you're worried about your KD more than the win, then you're screwing your team over. Even though you have cams, of course, but there's no point in using Echo then. So at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, how can I support my team and how can I play for the team? Because this game isn't about kills. It's not Call of Duty. You can literally kill Bolo as a copper 4 if you sit in a corner as smoke and you shotgun him, or if you use your utility properly. Like, you don't even need to get kills with guns in this game. You don't need to win rounds because you kill all 5 of the enemy team. If you get the plant off and waste time, or if you deny plant with Echo or Maestro or smoke, then that's great. That's the thing about this game that people don't understand, is getting into more of a fragging meta, and the newer generation of players that's coming and starting to play this game don't understand that at the end of the day, you're playing for your team first, and this is a team-coordinated game, not a fragging, run around like a crackhead and just hope that you can frag out the whole team. Because you see silvers with saturated KDs with like a 1.5, 1.6, and that's just not realistic, because once they get into gold and plat and diamond and champ, blah, 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 they will start to see that them running around like a crackhead isn't going to work, because people are going to watch flanks. People are going to literally sit in corners and wait and catch you lacking. Like, you can only focus on your aim so much. Like, you have 4 other teammates, which if you're playing a fragging role, support role, whatever, you need to just think about how can you benefit the team and not how you can benefit yourself. It's like people's mindsets started getting very selfish as they played this game more and more and their aim got better. Like, just get back to basics, play for your team, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to help you rank up too. Like, it's not about kills. KD doesn't mean anything. Like, it just doesn't. I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. It's just, I'm trying to preach about how important it is to play for your team and how to properly play support. Like, it's just really basic stuff. It's really just getting back to basics. But if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. If you have any thoughts or comments, drop it down below. Hope you have a wonderful day.